Everyone, my name is Irwany Batrisyia Binti Zaharin. I am from AF 101 section 54. I want to talk to you all about Maybank Islamic backgrounds. Maybank Group Islamic Banking is the leading provider of Islamic financial product and service in Asia. Its leverage on the group's system and IT infrastructure as well as distribution network to offer end-to-end Sharia-based financial solution across 407 Maybank touchpoint in Malaysia, as well as our operation in Indonesia, Hong Kong, London and Singapore. Our Islamic banking business contribute 59% to Maybank financing in Malaysia at 31st December 2018. Mission of Maybank Islamic Berhad is to humanize financial services across Asia by providing access to financial services to the people at fair terms and pricing, and to be always at the heart of community. The vision is advancing Asian ambition with you. Islamic Bank Berhad is the financial holding company of Affin Bank. Affin Islamic Bank Berhad provides a suite of financial product and service that is catered to both retail and corporate customer. The target business segment are categorized under key business units such as community banking, enterprise banking, and corporate banking and treasury. Affin Islamic Bank Berhad has a network 111 branches in Malaysia. Affin Islamic Bank Berhad is wholly owned subsidiary of Affin Bank commenced operation on 1 April 2006 as a full-fledged Islamic bank and offer a complete range of Islamic banking product and service for individual and corporate which are compliant with Sharia principle and law. Affin Islamic Bank mission is to provide innovative financial solution and service to target customer in others to generate profit and create value for our shareholder and stakeholder. The vision is a premier partner for financial growth and innovative service.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Aqilah. I am from section 54. Today I want to present about specialist financing service. We have 6 service. For example, hire purchase, leasing, promissory notes, blanket acceptance, trust receipt and also demand draft. Firstly, the hire purchase. The hire who is the customer, hire the goods from the owner who is the bank and agree and rental over a specific period. For Maybank Islamic, the name of the service is Al-Ijarah Summa Al-Baik or Al-Tab, while the Affin Islamic, the name is the service is Hire Purchase I. Their types is financing, and features for Maybank Islamic is applicable for financing new or second hand, maximum financing tenure up to 9 years, and margin of finance is up to 90%. While for Affin Islamic, the features is financing facility that can help you to finance the vehicle acquisition by monthly installments. Secondly is the leasing. This is a contract that outlines the condition under which is one party agrees to lease property owned by the another party. The name of the service for Maybank Islamic is finance lease and also operating lease, while the Affin Islamic is term financing I, and their types is Ijarah term financing I. For Maybank Islamic, the features is list the Ijarah assets or properties to customers at an agreed rental amount, while for Affin Islamic, their features is minimum amount for financing is 100,000 and maximum amount for financing is 115 million. Thirdly is a promissory note. Promissory note is a financial instrument that contains a written promise by one party to another party. For Maybank Islamic, the name of the service is Promissory FX, and their types is Islamic FX, and features is what promise, and SARF, who is currency exchange. For Affin Islamic is not available. Next, banker acceptance. Banker acceptance is a negotiable piece of paper that function like a postage check. Maybank Islamic and Affin Islamic, the name of the service is banker acceptance, but the types of Maybank is trade finance, or Affin is finance. Next is trust receipt. Trust receipt is a notice of the release of merchandise to a buyer from a bank, with the bank retaining the ownership title of the released asset. The name of the service for Maybank Islamic and Affin Islamic is trust receipt. Their features for Maybank is offered under Syariah contract of Murabahah and must have a facility with the bank. For Affin Islamic, the features is customer must have a good credit record and subject to bank credit criteria. Of the service is for Maybank Islamic, the transaction based on Sharia compliant, but for Affin Islamic, low late payment charge. Lastly is demand draft. Demand draft is a negotiable instrument similar to a bill of exchange. For Maybank Islamic, the name of the service is local demand draft, foreign demand draft, outward telegraphic transfer, bank check, traveller check, interbank rentals and giro charge. For Affin Islamic, the name of the service is local demand draft and foreign demand draft, and their types of the service is personal banking, and limitation for the service is not available and not much information given.
Hi, my name is Farzana Binti Mizan. I'm from section 54. I will present about the comparison between Maybank Islamic Bank and Affin Islamic Bank. So, here I have made a comparison between the two banks, which is hire purchase, leasing, investment, takaful and personal financing. So, basically these two banks have a same concept, which is Al-Ijarah Thumma Al-Bay. In a simplest language we call ITAP. So this concept is literally mean leasing with subsequent purchase. This ITAP is also follow the Islamic law, which is derived from the various sources, which is Quran, Hadith and Sunnah. In Maybank Islamic Bank, the maximum financing period up to 9 years. These two banks have a same margin, which is 19%. In Affin Islamic Bank, they have two types of hire purchase. The first is a leasing contract and the second is a sales contract. So, the second comparison that I will present is leasings. For Maybank Islamic Bank, finance lease facilities are usually provided by finance companies registered by Bank Negara Malaysia. Second one, operating leasing service are slightly different from finance leasing service. Besides that, operating lease which does not give the customer the option to purchase the lease assets at the end of the term. Lastly, the penalty rate on late payment is high. For Affin Islamic Bank, in leasings, they have Ijarah Term Financing I. Ijarah Term Financing I, or we call in short form is ITFI, is an Islamic contract that accommodates longer financing term. Bank commitment margin of financing up to 19%. They offer the financing amount is minimum Rm100,000 and the maximum amount Rm150 million. Lastly, leasing in Affin Islamic Bank, they offer financing tenure, which is the facility can be used for the short term and the long term tenure. So next, we move to the investment. Minimum financing amount Rm50,000 and the advantage, it is based on the principle of Murabahah, profit sharing, and the selling price is limited to the ceiling rate so that you will not face fluctuation in the selling price. And lastly, in Maybank Islamic Bank, they have payment method, variable standing instruction, maybank2u.com, which is we call online banking, Kawan Kupon Banking or Maybank branch. In Afin Islamic Bank, they have restricted investment account Mudarabah. This investment account is Sharia compliant business activities are in line with its role as Mudarib. It's towards certain financing project that require special financing arrangements. They also offer an initial deposit or minimum amount depending on the size on the underlying assets or project. So next, number 4, we have Takaful. In Maybank Islamic Bank, we have e-moto Takaful, and in Afin Islamic Bank, we have Takaful My-Click Moto. Takaful in Maybank Islamic Bank, which is e-moto Takaful, have many advantages. The advantages is no claim deduction NCD up to 55% and publication of e-envelope notes on the spot. They also offers online road test renewal through MYEG with your road test delivered to your doorstep and a 24 hours auto assist hotline. Next, Takaful in Afin Islamic Bank, they have Takaful My-Click Moto. They protect your vehicle from loss or damage due to accident, fire or death, as well as bodily injury, death and loss of third-party property. And you will get a no claim for the duration of your coverage and a 24/7 roadside assistance program. And last but not least, I will compare the personal financing between Maybank Islamic Bank and Afin Islamic Bank. In Maybank Islamic Bank, they have Maybank Islamic Personal Financing MIPFI. They fund a minimum funding amount of Rm5,000 and a maximum of Rm100,000. The financing period is minimum period of 2 years and maximum of 9 years. Next, the profit rate is total financing from Rm5,000 to Rm20,000. The last one, the benefit is monthly installment payment as low as Rm102.78 per month, no document stamp, no processing fees, and fast approval. Personal financing in Afin Islamic Bank, or we call Afin Islamic Personal Financing This financing facilities under the Tawarruk Syariah concept, personal use serving civil servants, government retirees, and the army, as well as selected private sector segment. They also offers a minimum financing amount of Rm2,500 and a maximum of Rm250,000. Profit rate in Afin Islamic Bank is fixed or variable, and the financing period is minimum 2 years and maximum 10 years.
I did a survey on a group of people to know what they think that the banks should improve on. Most of them said that the banks should improve their customer service, and I couldn't agree more. First, most banks are designated to have more than 3 table counters for customer service. However, there are only 2 to 3 table counters that usually open for the customers. If I were a customer, I would personally think, what are the other table counters for? Why are they closed? So, I suggest that the banks make use of all the table counters they have so that the process of serving customers will be efficient, fast, and running smoothly. Next, do you notice how tall the table counters are at most banks? They are quite tall for the use of customer service. Honestly, how are the customers supposed to hear clearly of the information delivered by the banker if the table counters are too high? This causes the service of a bank to be very slow because it will take time for both banker and customer to understand each other. Therefore, I recommend that the table counters at most banks must be very low, that is suitable for customer service, just like a normal desk, so that the banker and the customer can face each other while discussing about the products and services that are offered by the bank very easily. Last but not least, I want to talk about professionalism. Speaking from my own experience, Most bankers are always being unprofessional while doing their work. If you notice, when there are customers in front of them at the counter, the banker in charge would talk or chat with other bankers at the back. This would make the customer feel very uncomfortable. Well, I felt uncomfortable too. So, when there is a customer around, the banker should only focus on their customers' concerns and explain everything in detail to their customers about the products and services that are offered by the bank. The customers are entrusting their money to them. In a field of work that generates income from customers, the customers should be treated like friends or someone special. Let me give you an example from my own experience. In the United States of America, not only just the table counters are low. When the customer do not understand about a particular thing, the banker would do whatever it takes to make the customer understand about that particular thing. Plus, they do it in a very polite manner. The customers there are treated as friends. They would greet their customers with, "Hello, how are you? Are you well? What can I do for you?" While the bankers in Malaysia would greet their customers with, "Yes, what can I do for you?" It sounds similar, yet they show two different attitudes. So, the banks should take this problem into consideration so that there won't be any complaints about customer service. I suggest they hire people who are professional and friendly, who can treat their customers in a very professional way. This will help increase the customer turnover of a bank.
Assalamualaikum. I would like to draw conclusion about the above two banks, namely Affin Bank and Maybanks. As we know, both banks are local bank. They provide product and service based on Islamic Sharia. Among the example of product they provide according to Sharia are Tawarruk Cash Line I by Affin Bank, Musyarakah Mutanakisah Term Financing I by Maybank, and others. In addition, they also provide conventional service, but only a few are valid and based on Islamic law. Among the example of conventional product provided by Affin Banks are overdraft, term loan, begin loan, and others, according to the type of product provided. As well as Maybank, although Maybank is only a local bank, but they have opened several branches abroad, such as in Brunei, Pakistan, United Kingdom, and others country. This shows that local banks are not only available to local but also available for foreigners abroad. With this, Maybanks is the fourth largest banks in Southeast Asia. Therefore, all communities should support local banks in order to raise them to a higher level and be able to open more branches abroad.